Last weekend, I made a video about Georgism, about the idea that all taxes should be replaced by only one tax, the land value tax. But this tax can be quite hard to implement because you have to tax based on the value of the land. And that is something that is very not clear cut. The value of the land is only determined at the sale of the land. Then you can have a direct number. Okay, the land is sold for how much? I can tax it. But let's say a government wants to tax that land value each year. It becomes quite a lot harder because some expert from the government then has to make up a report on how much the land would be worth because it was in this part of the city. Well, then it can be disputed. It's just difficult. So let's say we don't want to go through that hassle. There's some other economists that say, okay, we still like the idea of one tax, but if land tax is too difficult, we should replace all taxes with the consumption tax. It seems a bit counterintuitive because it's like one of the most hated taxes, right? You pay a product and directly you can see how much extra you have to pay. But actually, a lot of economists say that the consumption tax is one of the most efficient taxes because although it disincentivizes consumption, it doesn't really disincentivize the stuff that really helps the economy improve, helps makes people's lives better. Because, for example, income tax, well, this one is clear, people will work less if there's an income tax. Capital tax means people will start building less businesses. But consumption tax is seen as a tax with a very low deadweight loss. Some governments around the world seem to have been stepping into the direction of bringing back more of that consumption tax, or VAT, is often called. But they're not really stepping away from other taxes. They're just increasing it above other taxes. And if you look at historically, a lot of the first kind of taxes were consumption taxes, like the income tax didn't really exist for a long time. It was only established at a later time. So yeah, it's an interesting addition to the land value tax. And you could also ask, like, why are we doing away with all these taxes? Well, because every tax brings inefficiency to the economy. And it's also a lot more clearer and simpler if you have just a one tax. There's much less debating in politics. The economic system can run a lot smoother. So yeah, that was my video for today, and thank you.